In this video, I explain exactly what self-sabotage is, where yours is rooted from, why this is your problem and not hers, and what to do when you hit your upper limit on your own happiness. Are you ready to wake up and become aware? Let's dive into it. First, take a deep breath with me and just think about your past relationships with women. Do you notice any patterns of them being chaotic, toxic? Maybe there's a pattern of you trauma bonding with this person or you two becoming codependent on each other. What did it bring up for you? What did it create in this relationship? Was there constant fights and arguments, but that you actually two got turned on by? It was almost like an aphrodisiac, and maybe you had sex after, but nothing was solved. Was there some kind of always push and pull and drama? Drama can be really, really self-fulfilling in a very toxic way. And it can also be intoxicating. This is why a lot of men are attracted to toxic women because it's something about it that creates this dopamine rush, even if it's temporary, and could bring your nervous system up in fight or flight. And now, if you see a pattern that's coming to mind, I want you to look at your relationship now and is that happening? Or have you somehow broken out of that pattern and then met a woman who was healthy for you, who brought a secureness to your relationship, more stableness to your relationship? Did you self sabotage that to make it somehow go away? The definition of self sabotage, in a nutshell, is when someone consciously or unconsciously puts a limit on their well-being, puts a ceiling on how happy or successful they can be in all areas of their life, puts a ceiling on how much love they can receive or give. The thing about self sabotage, it can be really creepy and it can perpetuate a cycle in your life in different areas. But I'm specifically, for the sake of this video, speaking about relationships. You can go back and take an inventory if you've done this with your friendships, your business partnerships, or collaborations. What is that doing for you? What is the payoff? Where does it stem from? And here's the thing, self sabotage can show up in so many different ways. It's a behavior that comes up and it can look like anything from procrastination to any unhealthy habit. You can fill in the blank for yours, X, Y, and Z, unhealthy habit. And it stems from a deep rooted fear, insecurity about what you think you deserve. A lot, or maybe even one main limiting self belief about what you deserve, how successful you can be, how happy you can be, on your goals you set out for yourself. Maybe one of your goals or one of your life visions is to be in a romantic relationship with a supportive partner, with a supportive girlfriend, eventually become your wife. And it's something about that that scares you. Maybe it's too peaceful, it's too secure, it's too safe, stable, that it even starts to feel unsafe for you. If you can go back to maybe looking at the root of this, maybe think about what you experienced between the ages of 0 to 5. We're very impressionable as children then. And we take in a lot. We're like a sponge. So we absorb a lot of what's going on in our environment and what's being modeled for us in front. And then that goes far even to maybe ages 6 to 10. Well, then we really start modeling what's in front of us. And notice if the relationship with your parents, how was that? Was it healthy? Was it unhealthy? Was it toxic? Did they fight a lot? Did they not talk at all and not communicate, where you noticed and you can feel as a child to pass the time, but there was no love there? Something about it was empty and stale, or the opposite, where your caregivers in your home very abusive in some way. It doesn't have to be physically, it could be verbally, it can be emotionally. It's kind of where trauma bonding comes from. It's an emotional bond and connection between two people from their own abuse, comes into their relationships as adults. And that's the only way they can really connect with somebody they're in a romantic relationship or interested in. Think about those things. Notice if you've been consciously or unconsciously self sabotaging your life, your love life, your dating experiences in any way. It's sneaky because it can really, really sneak up on us, and you can self sabotage in a very subtle. It doesn't always have to be a grandiose thing, but it can be small actions, unhealthy actions stacked upon each other. And then your mind starts to believe, yep, I always get women who want to start drama, who want to fight me in public. And then the story is created then, and it's reinforced because you keep self-sabotaging and attracting those type of women and bringing those type of women in your life because it feels so familiar, even though it's unhealthy. It feels so familiar. One guy I was actually dating for a short period of time. We have now moved into like establishing maybe a possibly a platonic friendship. But I asked him in a conversation we were having one day, was I too healthy for you? He actually said to me, you were actually a little intimidating. And it was really out of because I was everything he wanted as far as like what he envisioned a woman to be that was really going to come into his life and help forward this relationship that he envisioned. Made me think about how many times I've done this in my own life with men or money or anything, how we do ourselves such a disservice because self sabotage is basically creating a behavior of rejecting love, rejecting happiness, rejecting success, opportunities, rejecting your growth as a man from this healthy relationship that you know you're going to flourish in. Even if it's going to be a challenge, it's still going to be so good for you. We turn that down and we'll choose chaos and drama because it's so familiar, even though it causes us so much pain, so much unnecessary suffering, can tear down our lives and our relationships if we're not careful and we're not aware of it. And so this video is all about you becoming aware so that you can do something different, even if it takes small actionable steps. And one book I want to recommend that goes into this deeply is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. He poses self-sabotage, as he calls it, your upper limit. The concept in this book is all about how we humans, you, me, we all have this upper limit, almost like a temperature dial. And when we get to that upper limit, it's a ceiling for us. And it's so uncomfortable, even though it might be healthy for us, that we have to do something self sabotaging, something unhealthy to bring that temperature down to where we could handle it, where it was normal for us. That upper limit actually puts us back to a place of normality for us, doesn't allow us to reach our goals or our fullest potential. It won't allow you to self actualize and be the best version of yourself in a relationship and in your life when you self sabotage. Form of this is possibly cheating on somebody that was actually good for you, or you're dating a woman, you're getting serious about her, and you get so intimidated and scared that you bring another woman in who's completely opposite, who's chaotic, who's all about the codependency and becomes needy and maybe even stalkerish. Fill in the blanks. This is normal for you, and you run away from what you really, really want. So scared that it actually may work out and turn out to be something really good for you. Of self-sabotaging ourselves where it becomes addictive. And like I said a few moments ago, you can really ruin your life and ruin your relationships because even though you're in something that's healthy, it feels unsafe to you. And so you're doing anything to get you out of feeling unsafe. Go back to the suffering, the pain, the chaos because you feel safe and comfortable there. And the only way to invest in your happiness and break through that ceiling, break through that upper limit is to do something different from what you normally do. Lean into that healthy relationship with that woman and maybe actually express to her, I think this is coming up for me. I'm actually afraid because of X, Y, and Z. And you don't know what type of breakthrough you could have if you could be honest with her, or maybe even tell your friend or a trusted friend about it, or talk to a coach or a mentor in your life to help you work through these things, because they can be really destructive. And then you will never get to experience the love, the growth, the happiness, the success that you want in life, because this is a constant problem and it grows. It has a lot of tentacles like an octopus. It can be really dangerous and really destructive. And that's why I'm here to serve. So you can always book a call with me and we can go into unraveling and untangling this so that your story and your belief about yourself can change, and then your actions can change. So I'll drop a link below if you're interested in doing that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this helps. If you like this video, please like it, push that little button, comment below, please, and subscribe to the channel if you're really feeling the vibe and this helped you today. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.